Now in your 24-hour news 8 at 6, arrests in the murder of a Grand Rapids businessman.
Our cameras are there as Daniel and Diana Killick are charged in connection with the killing of John Dahlinger, the man found beaten and shot in his northeast side condo 1 month ago.
Tonight we are learning that a key piece of evidence was found out in a cornfield several miles away, and we're asking what the motive might have been.
How do they know John Dahlinger?
Plus, should one of the suspects have been in jail at the time of the shooting?
That's what 24-hour news 8's Danny Carlson's working to find out, and she kicks off our team coverage tonight. Danny?
Brian and Sue, we have been able to confirm that the man accused of killing John Dahlinger, Danielle Thomas, could have actually been in jail at the time of the murder on a drug charge. But instead, he got a delayed sentence, basically a chance to prove that he deserved leniency from the court, so he was out of jail. Now, the conspirator in this case, an attorney for her, for Diana Killick, also asked for leniency for her today, at least in the form of bond.
We'd ask the court to establish a bond.
An attorney for Diana Killick pointed to the fact that the accused felon is only 24 years old, has a very small criminal history, including a DUI and a charge of lying to police, and that Killick knew that these charges might be coming as a reason the alleged conspirator should get bond.
She was placed out on bond, recognizing that these charges might be coming down the pike. If she had wanted to leave the state or the country at that point, she could have, but she understands the seriousness of this matter.
But Judge Kimberly Schaefer wasn't convinced.
Due to the seriousness of the charges, considering this is conspiracy to commit armed robbery where there is an allegation of murder charges involved, I do believe that a bond should be denied on this case at this time.
Denied to Killick on the conspiracy to commit armed robbery charge, as well as to her alleged conspirator, Danielle Thomas. He's charged with John Dahlinger's murder, as well as conspiracy to commit armed robbery, assault with intent to rob, felony firearm, and being a habitual offender. We've also learned today that for the most recent drug charge against Thomas, he was given a delayed sentence over the summer, meaning that he could stay out of jail for up to a year to try to prove to the court that he deserved leniency. We still don't know what the exact reason for the delayed sentence was, but it was during this time period John Dahlinger was murdered. Now, both of the two suspects are scheduled to be back in court next month, and despite the difference between the charges the two are facing, both could face up to life in prison if convicted. Live in Grand Rapids tonight, Danny Carlson, 24-hour News 8.
So how did police piece together the evidence? 24-hour News 8 Steve Kelso is taking us inside the investigation tonight. Steve?
Yes, Sue, Captain Jeff Hertel, the Grand Rapids Police Department, tells me today that detectives worked almost non-stop on this case. And then little by little, the pieces started falling together. Tonight, he's not sharing what all of those pieces are, but we're starting to get some answers.
We were in their house for 2 days.
Captain Jeff Hertel says the investigation into who killed John Dahlinger and why has been complicated.
It involves eyewitness statements, it involves phone records, it involves just about everything at our disposal nowadays to solve this case.
Hertel is cautious about releasing too much information in the case before a trial, but we did learn more from this court document. Police presented this evidence to a judge to arrest the suspects. John Dahlinger's phone records indicate that he had been in contact with Diana Killick just before he died. Then on October 25th, 9 days after the murder, a bag of some sort was located in this field in Allegan County by someone who turned it into police. In that bag, paperwork belonging to both suspects, a cell phone belonging to Diana Killick, and ammunition that the state police would later confirm as the same caliber as the projectile found near John Dahlinger's body.
Was John Dahlinger targeted?
Yeah, again, it'll come out in the testimony as to, what put him in that position. And
how do they know John Dahlinger?
They have, obviously the three of them know each other. This case has been turned over to the Kent County Prosecutor's Office, so I am not going to get into details of, what occurred between those three parties or what brought them all together.
The one nagging question in all of this has always been, why would anyone want to kill John Dahlinger? What is the motive? Captain Hertel says robbery. When I ask what was stolen, he won't say. And he also won't tell me how the suspects might have known what they were looking for. Sue?
Steve, thanks. If you want to read the court's probable cause document that details the evidence that police have, we have posted it at woodtv.com, and we will continue to follow this investigation every step of the way.